Hello, everyone. Are you ready? No, I'm asking if you're ready, and I'm serious. I want to know if you're ready for the intensity, for the terror, for the excitement that's going to come from what might be the finale of Zero Time Dilemma and the finale of the Zero Escape series in which every question is answered. Isn't that right, chat? By the time we're done tonight, every question we ever had about this series is going to be answered, right? We're going to be satisfied, and we're going to say that was a hell of a story. I can't believe they tied it all together. I can't believe it was so successful in answering every question that ever came up over the course of these 3 games. I can't believe they did it. I can't believe they pulled it off. That's right, the chat is agreeing it's gonna happen. Absolutely. And, well, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. And I know you can't wait either. I know you can't wait either. We have found out so many twists so far, including the most disgusting twist that Sigma is Phi's father. We just think back to those halcyon days of beginning Virtue's Last Reward, in which Sigma expressed hope that maybe he would be able to smash his face between Phi's thighs, and we slap our thighs and say, "Oh man, he was her dad the whole time." Yeah. Zero Escape. You have to love Zero Escape. I mean, I guess you don't have to. But it helps if you're going to watch the stream. You probably want to love it. I would think. Anyway. Okay. Let's get going. Let's get serious. Let's load the game. Maybe for the final time. Is it really the final time? There are 3 endings we haven't gotten. Well, we'll see. Also, I should mention, last time, I don't know if the chat wants to confirm, it was said last time that we did the final puzzle room. So if that's true, it's all story from here. Yeah, Zero Escape story. Let's do this. Load save. Do it. Come on. All right. I suppose the chat is going to make a vote on this. They're going to vote which we're going to go with in our final stream, maybe. C-Team, Q-Team, D-Team. Chat, you know how it works. You know how it goes. You've done this many times. It's 1, 2, or 3. That is how you vote. Which one do you want to vote for? Number 1 for C-Team. Number 2 for Q-Team. Number 3 for D-Team. It's up to you, chat. The votes are starting to come in. Numbers are being voted for. Pizza is being voted for. Some people just want to leave, and some people just don't know what they want to do. Not acceptable. We can't leave, and we can't say that we don't know. We have to make a choice, and it looks like the choice people are making is probably going to be number 2, though number 3, pretty close. Number 2, Q-Team in the lead. It is close enough that I'm going to let this go for a little bit longer. But it does look like number 3 is only a couple away. That's 1 away. Can number 3 make it? It is tied. It is tied at 24. Well, the way I see it, if those two are 25, if 2 and 3 tied, that means they both lose. So that means we're going with C-Team as our first. They only have 1 new one to go with. Carlos is in a bloody shirt and his hand is chopped off. We'll see how this goes. Only 1 thing to click on. We will jump to here. Get back!
Okay, I get the whole location and time part. We were never really separated, but trapped in the same ward from the start. Time, on the other hand, was the reverse. We weren't awake and moving all at the same time, but at separate times. But So what? That just means I doubt you even more now. With this, your alibis are completely gone. If we were in the same places, but at different times, then anyone could have done it.
Whoever killed Mira and Junpei is one of us.
Yes, exactly. The most suspicious are you two, Diana and Sigma. Though I guess alibis aren't necessary for you guys. Being fakes, you could move around since the rules wouldn't have applied to you.
Please stop! I already told you before that neither one of us are fakes.
We transported to this timeline via that device over there.
Go ahead and turn it on then.
Well,
We can't.
And why not?
after the transporter has been used once, it won't work for a while.
It takes at least 10 months for the energy to fully charge again.
Would you cut that shit out?
Oh, wait. If you use it, it won't work for 10 months? So, if it's never been used, it'll definitely run, right?
What are you plotting? Hey, this doesn't change the fact that you're still among the suspects. Well, there's no question with you. We all know you killed Akane. We saw the video footage of you doing it.
Like I said before, I wasn't the one you saw kill Akane. It was the me who was originally in this history.
Hey, asshole! Go ahead. Go ahead and spout more crap. I'll shoot you.
It's the truth! It's the truth, I swear! It seems like Akane and I found Junpei's body in the pantry in this history. Junpei's killer was unknown, but Akane assumed it was me.
And that's how you lost your left hand?
I can show you the wound, if you still doubt me.
So, you're saying it was all in self-defense?
You attacked Akane because she was about to kill you.
Hey, isn't that enough, Eric? Could you please put down the gun for a second?
He's different from how he was in the other history. There was something off about him then, but... Is he a different person?
Fine. Why don't you just show me this shift thing you're claiming you can do?
All right.
Wait, you're going back?
I'd like to check something before I do, though. Diana, how exactly do you use this transporter device?
But it won't work for 10 months.
I know. I'm asking if we were to use it.
Well, there are these slots. You need to put the cards in the right order. The nucleus will turn on. And then...
Okay, I got it. Thanks. Sorry to make you wait, Eric.
Taking me for a fool.
I have to save them. I need to go save Akane and Junpei.
What the hell? But they're already...
Yes, they're dead in this history, but they're still alive in the other one. So I'm going back to save them. It's something that only I can do.
I told you. Next time you talked crap, I'd up and shoot you.
Then do it.
Huh?
You heard me. Shoot me.
I told you earlier, didn't I?
Our lives have to be in danger for our shift ability to manifest.
Don't worry, I won't die. Even if this body is destroyed, my consciousness will be...
No! Carlos!
No! No!
All right, we completed it. Really? We completed all sections to that? Well, I guess. It says, it looks like down here is going to be like a lock, I guess. If we look at the flow chart. I don't know if it's going to be on there, but let's see. I'm not sure where it is, but it looked like there was a lock right below that one. So I guess we're going on to something else. You know, Carlos was pretty confident right there that oh, did people see an exclamation point right there? Let me take a look at people, because it looks like people are saying that they saw one. Oh yeah, there's one right here. What is this one? Let's jump to here.
You're fucking kidding me.
What is this?
Explanations can wait. We should get going before he starts moving.
You say that, but where?
That door. There's a device on the other side. It can get us out of this mess. Let's go.
Oh, I get it now.
Huh. The three wards all overlapped each other. Who knew?
And I think I figured out the transporter more or less.
So, where's our destination?
It appears as if you finally arrived.
0.
Asshole. Where are you?
Let me make one thing clear for you. I no longer exist in this world. In the current history, I was executed by one among you, your fellow teammate, Carlos.
What?
As such, I will be unable to answer any of your questions. You are speaking to a recording. If you are desperate for answers, I suggest finding me where I am alive. Unfortunately, in that history, our positions are reversed, and the three of you are dead. But if you do come, I will share vital information. I'll be waiting to meet with you.
The history when we died?
Ah, damn it! Where is that?
Could it be? I know. It's the one where we were executed.
What?
Then how the hell do we even jump to that history? We can't shift there if our bodies are already dead.
Oh, so that's it. We're going to transport.
If we pull this lever,
He's...
Penalty. Penalty. Time to exterminate.
go ahead, Akane. Junpei.
Huh?
What are you saying?
It only works with one person in each. At least that's what Diana told me. So no matter what, we can only transport 2 people at once. What are you guys doing? Go now!
What?
I'll definitely catch up with you. I promise. Trust me.
After the transporter has been used once, it won't work for a while.
We'll hold you to it.
I promise. I've never broken one before, and I won't now.
We're counting on you, Carlos.
Are they gone? Ugh. Oh man. Oh, this is bad. At this rate.
Don't give up on me, Carlos.
Oh, Maria. Is that you?
I heard you calling out, so I...
Maria! Maria!
You know I'll be waiting for you. I'll never stop waiting. So...
Yeah, you're right. There's no way I'm gonna die here. I can't die here! Guess I can't use this thing anymore. Well, wouldn't have worked for 10 months anyways, so doesn't matter. What do I do now? The place they transported to. How do I get to the history where we were executed? It's as Junpei said, my body's dead there, so I can't shift. Wait a minute. Then... What the? I don't understand. But this doesn't look good. No, wait! This isn't bad. This is actually... It's my chance.
I like how cavalier Carlos is of killing himself and other timelines so he can shift elsewhere. Because he dared Eric to shoot him so he would be able to shift, even though that would kill the version of him in that timeline. And now he's like, oh wait, this room is about to explode. That's great! The me here is gonna die. That because I can now move to a different timeline. I guess Carlos feels that as long as one of him survives, then it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. There is one Carlos that exists. So technically all Carlos exists. Dorian, you're saying that your son and daughter are having a hard time following the story? How about that? I mean, it's very easy, simple to follow. Okay, so let's see. What did Zero say? In that timeline, Zero was dead, killed by Carlos. Possibly what they might mean by that is during the part where they were doing the collar thing, Carlos was one of the people who was choosing a vote, so in one of the timelines, he would have chosen a vote that would have killed another team. And if that's the case, then that means Zero was not part of C-Team. But I don't remember which team Carlos was responsible for blowing up. So I don't remember if that was Q-Team or D-Team, because I don't remember how that whole thing went. The whole thing where each team had to vote for a specific other team to cancel out all the votes. But maybe that's what they're referring to. In any case, people are saying not to worry about that. Everything will be explained. Let's see if there are any more exclamation points that have appeared. Durganagi is saying, pretty sure it was Q-Team. Now, if it's Q-Team, you wouldn't think that it is Q, because he's a robot and he talked with Zero, which would mean that it's either Eric or Mira, which, I mean, I guess? You wouldn't think either of them would really be big candidates for being Zero. I didn't see any exclamation point here. Like, there's still this one here, but I tried putting in Sean for his name and for Q's name, and it didn't work last time. I don't think, at least I don't see something here. I wonder why Mira would do it, though. Maybe by doing it this way, Mira would be able to examine all of the hearts. Maybe now she will finally realize what love is. Let's see, there's one here for Q-Team. And, oh, actually nothing here for D-Team. Oh, but there is now something new for C-Team. And I guess we'll click on this because I guess we unlocked something for what we just did. So let's see where this leads us. It's going to lead us to the moon, whereas we know we need to be infected with Radical 6 to perceive time as flowing the same as... you remember what happened in VLR? Let's just jump to here. Apocalypse.
Carlos isn't coming.
Wait, what? What is he doing? He promised he'd come. Maybe he's...
Don't say it.
I'm going to go check in the lounge.
Hey, Junpei!
Wait, this is Ward D? Wait, what the hell is... What happened? Oh, I better get Akane.
My guess is that something exploded.
Exploded?
A bomb went off in the decontamination room.
Who'd do that? Unauthorized escape.
Do you get it? D-Team set the bomb.
And that's how the ceiling collapsed in that room. But why is it now completely buried in sand?
The ceiling probably gave in a little while after they escaped.
Oh, Jesus.
The history where I'm alive and you are dead. Seems you found your way here safely.
0.
As promised, the important information. First, Akane. The history you find yourself in is that one.
What? No!
The first Radical 6 patients have left. They should reach the hospital shortly. The pandemic is unavoidable now. The virus is spreading all over the world.
That's a damn lie. It has to be!
No, it is the truth. Free the Soul's plan is progressing smoothly.
Then that's gotta mean you're that cult's...
Correct. I am the founder of Free the Soul. Many call me brother.
You bastard! Thanks to your shitty dream, 6 billion people will...
Don't be mistaken. If we do nothing now and let time pass, an even worse future awaits. A religious fanatic will trigger a nuclear war with a terrorist attack. 8 billion. All of mankind will perish. Unfortunately, the fanatic's identity is unknown. Therefore, I decided to kill 6 billion people.
Why?
By doing so, I will have a 75% chance that they are among the virus's casualties. To tell the truth, history has proven me right.
So, to kill one person, you'll sacrifice 6 billion?
It is to save 2 billion people.
And that's how you used Radical 6.
You don't believe that's the ethical choice?
What? Of course I don't!
Is that all you think human lives are worth? Do you feel nothing as you kill off a whole bunch of innocent people?
But that's just a way of life. Sinner or innocent, people will die or be killed in an unjust manner. Like your parents, Akane Kurashiki.
What are you talking about?
Your father was sentenced to death for a crime he didn't commit. In grief, your mother killed herself.
No, that's wrong! My parents were involved in an accident.
You were likely told that, but it is a lie. What I shared just now is the truth.
No!
Think about it. If your father hadn't been falsely accused, how different your life would have been. You'd never have been involved in that child abduction case 10 years ago. And clearly, the incident a year ago would not have happened either. And of course, Junpei. The path you've walked during your life would have been completely different too. The smallest things have a drastic effect on a person's life. As I said, that's just the way it is.
But that doesn't mean that you have free reign to just mess with the lives of people like that!
Only God decides who lives and who dies.
Oh, to think you, of all people, would invoke God. Very well. I will let you see the true God that we believe in. You, of course, see the clothing laying on the bar counter. The evening of April 12th, 2029. Wear those and take part in our ceremony. There, I shall tell you the secrets of the world.
There's no way I'd ever go.
No, you will most definitely come. Well, that is, if you manage to escape the shelter.
Just watch. I'll get out soon.
Of course we will. Diana's bringing back a rescue team.
Do they even have any reason to believe that the two of you are alive? If there is no rescue, then the remainder of your lives will carry out at this sacred site.
Sacred site?
This is the sacred site where the birth of Brother, founder of Free the Soul, occurred.
Are you saying you were born here?
Yes, but raised elsewhere. The moment we were born, we were transferred to the past via the transporter. Back to April 1904.
1904?
Wait. Did you just say we?
Yes,
Do you mean your little brother?
it's true. I had a younger brother, but we were not related by blood. He was the son of the couple who raised me.
Then...
Let me clarify. My we is referring to my younger sister. You know this person very well. It appears I've spoken too long. But I will impart to you something very important. The spell to open Pandora's box. Wile Odie. Remember these words well. It will come in handy someday.
Wile Odie?
It's Latin. Live for today.
I wonder what's happened to Carlos.
Maybe he won't be coming.
Why would you say that?
Maybe nobody's going to come to save us. Like Zero said, Diana and the others probably don't know we're alive in here. It'll just be us two, in this place, forever.
No, I think there's someone else. Or maybe more like something.
Gab!
I'm glad you're safe.
Hey, look. Isn't there something in his collar?
This is... anagram?
Oh, yeah, that's when you rearrange the letters of a word or phrase.
But we need to know the sentence to work from.
The original sentence, huh? Oh, hey, Akane, do you remember the Ward C Lounge?
Yes.
What did it say on the wall?
I think it was... let the game end where I treat two.
Can we make any other phrases using all the letters from that?
Well, it's not perfect, but together with me, we are 10. But if that's what it is, there are leftover letters.
How many?
5 extra letters. L-D-A-E-T. The thing is, I don't know what word I could make out of them.
But what could "together with me, we are 10" mean?
It could be saying, if you're with me, then there are 10 of us.
10?
I mean, there are plenty of other ways to read. Where are you going, Junpei?
Hey, why isn't Q on this board?
Why? Well, because he's not dead.
Wait, he's still alive?
I think so.
Huh, Q is alive. We are 10. What? No.
Sorry about the wait. Well, I guess I was the one who waited. I promised, didn't I? That I'd come back for you.
Wait, are you?
Hey, Junpei, Akane, I'm here to save you.
Well, I guess I'll just use a bomb to blow up this door, and hopefully Akane and Junpei are not on the other side of it. What are the chances of that? So, okay, what did we find out? We found out that Zero is Delta, one of the children of Sigma and Diana, and Phi's brother. And we found out Vive Hody. We know about that. We found out... Let's see, he was born on this site. We knew that. He was raised somewhere else. We don't know where he was raised. We know that... Well, in VLR, we knew that he had a brother, Left. But apparently he was not actually related to Left, as we have found out in this. Errant Bunny saying this is the end of the VLR. And, yeah, we knew that... that Akane and Junpei were going to be saved, because if this leads to VLR, that means they have to survive. So it wasn't the case that they were just going to be sticking around. And we found out what Brother's actual plan was. Brother's plan is that he knows that a religious fanatic is going to cause a nuclear disaster which kills 8 million people, all of humanity. So he's going to save the world by using a disease to kill 6 billion people. And if he kills 6 billion people, most likely the religious fanatic is going to be one of them. Most likely. I did see someone hoping it would be Dio. It could not be Dio, because Dio was a clone of Left. And there would be no reason for, I assume, for that to be the religious fanatic, considering Left has not actually been in any of these games. So that's what we found out. And I don't know if that means that Delta is one of the participants in the game. If he is, I mean, I guess that means it probably has to, well, so I guess there are two options if he's one of the participants. Could be Eric, because he's like the only guy left. Or it could be Carlos, like another version of Carlos. because Zero said that Carlos killed him, and Carlos has killed a few versions of himself. There is that. It's possible that Carlos is somehow Delta. People saying don't guess, guessing is foolish. So maybe it's just something that could not be guessed at this point. Yeah, Delta's sent back to 1904. That was kind of puzzling. Was Phi also sent back to 1904? How did they do that? How did they do that? There's a lot less of Carlos in the multiverse now, Errant Bunny. It is true. Carlos has culled a bunch of versions of himself. So in any case, Delta Zero brother was actually trying to save the world in his own really stupid way. Because you gotta assume, considering how much he knows and all the technology he has, there probably would have been a better way of doing it. Probably. But it was funny when Akane started talking about how only God has the right to decide who lives and dies. That was a funny part. Well, anyway, that was another ending. 2 left. 2 to go. Ironicus, soon Carlos will be the one. Maybe that's Carlos's plan. Kill every other version of himself so he gains their power and becomes godlike. Oh.
So, let me get this straight. You shifted to the history where you pushed the yellow button.
I can't leave with you guys.
Huh?
I made a promise in another history that I'd definitely save you two.
Then you went back in time 10 months by activating the unused transporter?
So you guys would be able to transport to this history. I needed 10 months to charge the device again after I used it.
And then you just waited for a long time.
That's right.
You didn't think of stopping Zero's plan?
If I did that, then I couldn't have met you guys, right?
That was one hell of a thing you did.
Huh?
Do you know what happened because of you? Mira and Eric died. Sigma lost his arms and an eye, and he's in the hospital!
That's not all. Zero said the first Radical 6 patients have left.
It's too late. We can't stop the spread of the virus.
What happened today is going to result in 6 billion people. This is the end. I have to start over from the beginning.
Start over?
We'll start now and spend the next 45 years preparing for my plan.
You have a plan?
In 45 years, I'm going to call Sigma and Phi's consciousnesses to the future. We must do it, or we can't save all those people.
I'll help you, Akane. Let me join Crash Keys, or whatever you're calling it.
I can't do that.
Why?
I'm going to need you to forget everything you know, Junpei.
What?
really sorry.
Hey, Akane!
No, you can't be. Why?
Junpei, I will never forget you. But please, forget me. You need to forget.
No, I don't want to. I'll never forget. No matter what happens, I won't. I won't.
Akane, why?
I do what I must to accomplish my goals. That is just how I am. Even if that means I must lose my life, I swear I'll make the AB project a success.
All right, so that ending was basically we have to make everything fit for Virtue's Last Reward, and Jumpy didn't know about a lot of this, so he has to forget about this, and Akane has to declare that she is going to make VLR happen so she can save the world, even though I got an achievement, Fly Me to the Moon, the Blood Red Moon. Kind of a couple difficult points, though, is that she declares that she needs to make VLR happen, so to send Sigma and Phi back to save the world, but technically that already happened because Sigma and Phi came from VLR, and it didn't work, so is she going to spend the next 45 years building up towards a failing plan just because she needs to, otherwise it would cause a time paradox? Maybe. Also, another weird thing to think about is there are multiple timelines. She knows about the multiple timelines. She knows that in this one, things go bad, but maybe there are other ones where they don't. But does that matter? Or does the only thing that actually matters is she exists in a timeline that has a good ending? That kind of hard to wrap your head around that one. If there are a bunch of timelines that have bad endings and you know that, and there are also a few that have good endings, or one that has a good ending and you know that, is that okay? Or is it only okay if you live in the good timeline and nothing else matters? We know the answer to Carlos. Carlos had no problem killing his other selves so he could shift between timelines. I don't know how Akane feels about it. It's hard to say. But we completed Apocalypse. And now it's time to save our game. We're going to save this data. And yeah, that's it. That's the kind of weird thing we were talking about multiple timelines, is that everything happens, all good things happen, all bad things happen. So what is acceptable and what is not acceptable? Does the only thing that matters is whether or not you're in the good timeline or what? I don't know. Anyway, there's nothing in Team C right here. There's one in Team Q, nothing in D Team. So I guess our decision being made for us. Veloma, what's going on with the whole timeline that got abandoned thing? Man, which one was even that? It was the one where they survive being shot by machine guns by rolling the dice. So they all survived that one. I don't even know if this was that timeline or not. Check the flowchart. We can do it. Let's see. Check the flowchart. See if anything shows up. Anything new. I'm not seeing any explanation points. Looking again. I'm not seeing it. So maybe There's nothing that we could click on right now. Crossbow? There is crossbow. We could do that. That wouldn't work unless we can enter the name Delta. Do not do crossbow. Do not do crossbow now, some people saying. Don't do crossbow yet. All right, we won't do crossbow yet. It's not time for crossbow. I don't even know how it would make sense if Delta is the name. Like, I don't even know what that would... I don't know. Well, I mean, okay, I guess that's right. The question was, who killed Mira, right? That was the question in crossbow. And I guess if we entered Delta saying 0 killed Mira, I guess maybe that would be the correct one. But there's one right here that we can just click on in Q-Team. Let's do it now. Let's see what it is. Let's not spend a whole lot of time discussing which timeline we're going to go in when we know we're going to go to all of them at some point. We're going to do this. We're going to jump to here, and we're going to see what is going on. It's Q. That's what's going on. What's Q doing?
Why?
Shut up! He was trying to make me look the fool. He probably figured I wouldn't shoot. Looks like he figured wrong.
No! No!
Hey, cut that out, Eric.
No. I won't stop. Not until you're all dead.
Why?
Didn't I say already? Because one of us is the one who killed Mira. It's you, isn't it?
I told you, it's not
You're gonna have to prove it.
proof. I don't have any.
Then I'm killing you.
Wait! Please wait! I know. Maybe.
Maybe what?
Maybe if I take this helmet off, I think you'll understand then.
So, your face will prove your innocence? Fine. Take it off.
The number for this is... I think it's...
Let's see if I have that written down. I don't remember if I still do. What do I have on here? In my notes. Did I get that? Did I remember to write it down? Write down that number. Let's see. Let's see. 6 digits? No, it's 8 digits, right? You can do a wrong one? Oh, is that? No, Cassio was writing down an 8-digit number. Mess it up? Alright, if you want me to mess it up, I could.
Crap! I don't know!
You bastard! You're fucking with me, aren't you?
Oh, God.
The emoting of Sigma. Oh, oh God. Oh. You know, high emotions really doesn't work too well with the animation quality of Zero Time Dilemma. I'm just gonna say. Let's go to the flowchart. Let's see, where was that? Let's see, where do we have that choice? This one here? Helmet code. That looks like it. All right. All right, so I don't think I wrote down this code. And we probably don't feel like actually
Maybe
going back to the fragment where we learned it. So I guess just give it to me again so we can just put this in. Oh, it was that one? It was the one that began with 6? Like, this is the one? All right, I'll put this one in. I don't even remember why I have that written down. But if that's the one, we'll put it in and see what happens. That was it.
What? Are you serious?
It can't be.
No!
Yeah, I'm not human.
That makes you even more suspicious.
No, it's because I'm not human that I can't be.
What do you mean?
My blood, it's white, not red.
So what?
Remember how Mira had some skin and blood under her nails? Wait, well, I guess you wouldn't because of the memory loss, but...
No, you're right. When I tried to revive Mira, I took a look at her.
Then you realized, I think the skin and blood is that of the killer. Before Mira died, I think she did her best to resist.
I see. I suppose you're right then. You didn't kill her. But no. It doesn't change the fact that you existing is suspicious. I mean, come on. Why is a robot here?
Well... because Zero brought me in.
What the?
Zero created me so I could support him in this game.
I knew it! Wait, Eric! Out of my way! I'm gonna kill him!
Please, just calm down, Eric!
Shut up!
If what he said is true, then he would be able to tell us who Zero is.
Do you know? Fine. If you know, then tell me right now who the real Zero is. What's the name of the bastard who locked us up and forced us to take part in this messed up game?
Zero's name is...
Is there something if I get this wrong? Enigma says, get this wrong for some fun. Alright. It's you, Eric. Who did you think it was?
Me? So you're saying I'm Zero? You fucking brat! Oh, screw it! I'll just kill all of you! I'm coming to you, Mira.
Well, it looks like Eric did not like the accusation, and I like that they had custom dialogue for that. I'm pretty sure there was a scene like that, like this earlier in the game, where we could enter names and Eric would react to them before killing Q. Pretty sure there was something like that. Let's see. I'm going to put in Gab next, don't worry. We'll tell Eric that the dog is Zero. I mean, Zero is standing right next to you, Eric. Who did you think it was?
What the hell? Are you screwing with me? That's not funny!
Alright, I guess there wasn't custom dialogue for Gab. It is true that Akane and Sigma are both technically accurate. But, what I want to know is what... Why do I keep doing that? I can just go to the flowchart. What someone mentioned. Let's tell Eric that Mira is Zero. It was her the whole time. Whoops.
What?
I said Mira.
How dare you? You dare insult my angel? My Mira?
I didn't mean that.
Shut the hell up!
I don't know how many custom how many custom lines there are. Like I do kind of want to tell him that 0 is 0, but I mean that's probably not going to make something custom. Well, let's say Sigma. Why not? 0's standing right here. Who do you, I mean, you don't want to shoot me. I mean, you want to shoot the guy standing next to me.
Sigma, is that true?
Does it sound like it is?
I figured. You just threw out a name, didn't you? I hate that kind of person the most.
All right, let's talk about Diana. Maybe Diana's 0. Who can say? I mean, at the very least, 0 came from Diana and Sigma. There is some truth to that.
Is that true, Diana?
I would never! How could you believe?
I figured. Did you just throw out a random name? I hate that kind of person the most.
Did you just throw out a random name? I hate that kind of person the most, but I love Mira too much. Oh, what's going on? Oh, mouse is... My mouse not working? Oh, there we go. Mouse was not working for a second. So are there other custom lines? Like if I mention Carlos or Kane or Junpei? Or should I just get right down to Delta? Just go to Delta? Just get on with it? Alright, let's say Delta. The name of 0 is Delta.
Zero? The real 0 is? You, Delta!
Delta?
I've heard that name before.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah. You guys wouldn't know. Because you transported into this history.
Oh, would you stop yapping, Sean? This old man's name is Q.
That's right.
That's what he was called at DCOM.
Yeah, I called him that. And Mira, she always called this man Q, too.
Then... He stood! This guy totally stood!
You're completely correct, Sean. My real name is Delta.
He spoke!
I thought you were supposed to be deaf.
Okay, and here we are. All of you will be living together here in the decom facility.
The old man in the wheelchair, too?
Uh-huh. His name is Q. It should be obvious, but he can't walk. What's more, he can't see or hear either.
He can't hear.
Nope.
But then why?
Strangers living together on Mars for an extended period of time? What kind of problems would that bring? How would the subjects figure out solutions to the resulting troublesome situations? According to the decom staff, that's what the experiment was trying to determine.
Like the chair-bound old man. He put us in a difficult position on purpose. To observe how we get out.
So, you're saying it...
It's all a lie.
And your eyes. This is...
There are a large variety of security cameras in place throughout the shelter. A feed of all the footage is fed in, and they all appear there.
So, you used that to spy on us the whole time?
Yes, I did. However, it is limited to those histories where I am alive.
Alive?
histories?
Hey, Sigma! Go take off his clothes!
Huh?
Just hurry and do it!
There is no need. This is what you wanted to see, correct?
You bastard!
Hold on! Don't do it, Eric!
If you shoot, we won't be able to ask him anything.
So, was it you who killed Junpei too?
No. Mira was the one who did that.
What?
She was, in a sense, a collaborator. She was a necessary element of my plan. But it wasn't that I gave her a specific set of orders. I simply let her roam free and do as she pleased. Oh, I did exempt her from the drug injections.
Then why? Why'd you kill Mira?
She's a serial killer. The Heart Ripper. Many innocent people lost their lives because of what she's done. I only gave her due punishment.
What are you talking about? Stop bullshitting me!
It's the truth. In another history, you and Diana and Sigma were all murdered by her.
Shut up! You're just making shit up! I will never believe you! There's no way my angelic Mira would ever... Ah!
No, Eric! Don't shoot! We haven't asked him everything yet.
Shut up! I don't care! The X door will never open again!
It'll open. Of course it will.
What?
So, should we ask him how?
Right.
The old man, Delta. I see. I get it now.
We need this boy. I mean, Sean. He needs to get direct access to the central control computer. Is that right?
But
What?
to connect to it directly, I need to extend a cable from my neck and plug it into the console jack that's inside. But, well,
It looks like the cover is shut.
yeah. We would need to open this first.
What's the code?
Code?
Don't play dumb. The code to open the damn cover.
It's 3808-0832.
It opened.
Now we just need to extend the cord and connect it. Okay, it's ready. Just wait a sec. I'll open the extra.
Huh? Why?
No! No! My hand just...
I have no more use for this history. There's only one thing left to do.
No! Wait! Don't...
Mom.
Zero was a character. There was a fourth member of Q-Team that was just off screen the whole game. That's the twist. That is by far the dumbest thing that's been in any of these games. That's dumber than a David Cage plot twist. I should just end the game right now. Oh man. Oh. I see why people were saying that I should not guess. People were saying don't bother guessing. Yeah, okay, I agree. That was not something that anyone was going to guess. Oh man. when Q... Actually, I shouldn't call Sean Q. It turns out we were never referring to him as Q. We were always referring to Zero as Q. They were calling him Sean the whole time. So I shouldn't call him Q. I should say that when Sean pointed at the camera, I thought, is he pointing at Gab? Is that what we're actually doing? And then they started talking about an old man in a wheelchair, and then, oh, there's a guy who was just there, and everyone knew he was there. It's just that he was off screen for the entire game. Eric Bunny, they never called Sean anything other than Kid. Yeah, I'm sure that if we went through the game a second time, we would find that they never actually call him that. But man, why would you even think of doing that as a plot twist? Why would it even occur to you to do that? Hidden off-screen old man. I mean, you never know. There could be an old man in a wheelchair in the room with you right now. It's just every time you turn your head, he stays right behind you. He's just there all the time. And like everything everything bad that happens to you in your life is because of the old man who's right behind you the whole time and you just never see him. Oh, man. I mean, it's unexpected, but being unexpected is not the only thing in the world. It doesn't justify everything. I should do crossbow section now. All right, let's do crossbow. So, I mean, Delta would have to be in the room during the crossbow section since that's Team Q. And I guess if we now name Delta, I guess he's going to show up. Do I feel everything has been answered now? SDK Bayfield? You know, I kind of forget what my questions even were to begin with. I don't even remember what mysteries I was waiting to be answered now that I know that the Mastermind was an old man that was just off-screen for the whole game, but he was there. Oh, right, and he was also the one behind the Phantom Hand Syndrome because he can control people's bodies, I guess. I thought when they first introduced that it was going to turn out that it was me, the player, who was controlling people, but no, it's actually just an old man in a wheelchair that has telekinesis. Whew. All right. Yeah, Q-Team, all sections cleared. How about that? We did it. Oh, man. One ending to go. It came from within. No, it should be called It Came from Off-Screen. It was there the whole time. Flowchart. Crossbow. I want to know what happens if we put in Delta now.
One.
What if, like, the camera pans and Delta is sitting there in the wheelchair and he has a gun, too? He was just sitting there holding a gun the whole time as part of the standoff. What? Uh-oh. Something... Yep. That's not good. I need to... No, maximize that. There we go.
Sorry.
Sean, you...
Out of all your choices, you kill him?
Addendum Forska Nuska Ova. This is yet another destiny.
Perceptive end. Okay, I just killed the cameraman. Quakerin, you chose that first, so you know that you found out about the name Delta by that time and entered that. And then Q kills, and then Sean kills the cameraman. And you're left wondering, what was that? What even happened there? right, what do we got? Nothing new on that one. Nothing new, which means I guess we're going to have to head to the flowchart. Is there anything... Oh, achievement unlocked, a wrinkle in time. Because a wrinkle in time because we would have had to have been in a different timeline to find out that name, I guess. Let's see. Anything that's going to show up. Oh, right, the code. He gave us the code. The force quit boxes, huh? Where were those? Far left on the flowchart. And there's this. Kill button D. Whoops.
What?
Wait, don't!
I'm doing it.
What?
It's not to escape.
Oh, it wasn't this one.
If we wait to hug and...
Wait,
How could I
just listen. She's right. It must... Please
I did pick this one before as well. I think last time. We just keep pressing it. Just keep pressing that button. I should just select the fragment. All right. And dead. Okay. Let's see. The box. There's the box. There it is. It's right there. Force quit D. Box. No, wait, this is the one I did do, right?
What is it?
Yeah, this, like, of the three, this is the one I actually already did.
What's...
No!
This is where we found out the disgusting truth. Oh, we can't skip that? All right. Was that a scene that we didn't actually see? What? Oh. That's weird. It just brought me right back to that. Let's see. Team select. That's odd. Okay. Q-Team. Box.
There.
Alright, so here's the 8-digit number. 3. I hope I wrote this down right, because it was off screen by the time I started writing. Is that right?
It opened!
Now all we have to do is insert the plug here.
So where is this plug?
I think if we input the right numbers here.
What?
Wait. What do numbers for your head have anything to do with the plug for this?
I should just do it. You might get it then.
Stop avoiding the question!
Do you even know what should go there?
The numbers are,
Alright, let's take his big dumb head off. 614, 9, 1.
Are you kidding me? You're... Ah!
Eric, it's been an hour. Would you just get used to it already?
How can I? I mean, it's a robot! For real? Could you maybe do something about it?
Is this better?
Yeah. Now the shape brings out your eyes.
So this doesn't freak you out or anything, at all?
I could see the same to you.
Well, not much phases me. I'm just not that type. You could have been a Martian for all I care.
Yeah, I was surprised when I first found out. I thought my heart was in my throat.
You don't have a heart.
Hey, hold on. Did you say when you first found out?
I meant, it happened to me before. In the past. In another history.
Another?
I remembered everything. When I saw what I looked like earlier. You see, my brain isn't located in this head. My thought center is there, inside the quantum computer. That is where I think, perceive, and send command signals to this body. For example, when I raise my hand like this, it's simply receiving a command. Just like a remote-controlled toy. Did you know? A quantum state is one where all possibilities overlap and coexist. This quantum computer, then, is able to use this state and run, say, simulations A, B, and C simultaneously. Basically, my brain is an infinite number of worlds and possibilities. So I can use that framework and, well, jump between other histories.
Oh, there's no way
that I could do that. But it's possible that you two might be undergoing the same thing. There's a theory. Human consciousness may be a result of quantum effects in the brain. It's called quantum mind. It's more or less suggesting a human brain is a form of quantum computer. If a specific set of conditions are met, then you too can
jump to other histories?
This sounds like crazy talk.
You don't believe me?
Of course not!
Oh, I don't blame you. I guess I should explain everything then.
Please? Start at the beginning.
Before I begin, I need to do one little thing.
What did you just do?
Just a little something.
Nothing changed. Huh.
That we can see. But it looks like the message changed.
Yes, I started up the system earlier.
It says force quit program on standby. To initiate, 2 key items must be set. What does that even mean?
Wait, it seems like there's something else.
The key items are...
A mother's mementos?
I wonder what those could be.
So, this is saying we need to find them?
Does that mean they're hidden around here somewhere?
Even if that's true, I don't think we have the time.
Damn, guess our time's up.
Now it is time for you to sleep. When next you wake, know you will have no memory of these past 90 minutes. Pleasant dreams.
All right, so it looks like that it's the same thing that's needed for all the boxes, I guess. A mother's mementos. But how would Team Q find out what the mother's mementos are? I don't know. Force quit Q, all sections have been cleared, however. Anything else? No, that locked section is still locked. So let's go to C Team. Let's head for their box, which is here. Let's see what happens. Oh, right, it's always the same box. That's right, because they're in the same ward.
Seriously.
What is it?
What?
Eight-digit number. Hold on, let me go back to the notes. All right. 8-digit number. No, this is not the number. We have to enter letters. Let's see, is there enough letters for that? Five Hody? Looks like there is. Vive Hody it is.
What the hell is this?
It looks like a device of some kind.
Hey, look, something's appearing on the monitor.
To execute the force quit program, the central control computer must be booted.
Central control computer?
Wait, did we ever see something like that in here?
If there isn't, then we're out of luck.
Dead end, huh? Hey, Carlos, how did you know that password?
I'm not sure.
What?
I don't know how I knew.
This is just a guess, but... Carlos, did you possibly shift from another timeline?
Wait, shift?
Shift. Oh, so it was like that then.
Hey, come on, you're the only one to figure it...
Sorry, just could you be quiet for a second? I need to think about something.
You've been sitting here for an hour, Carlos. Could you maybe share what you've been thinking about?
Do you want to know?
Yes.
I was thinking about you, Akane.
Me?
You're, well, to be blunt, really hot.
Huh?
We may never manage to make our way out of the shelter. You know what that means, right?
I'm sorry. I'm not sure.
What the hell are you getting at, you asshole?
Oh, look. A Neanderthal is trying to block my way.
What? Wait, what the hell?
Carlos! Ah! No! Please, stop this!
Shut the fuck up! You bastard! What the? Hey! Wait up! What the hell are you doing, Carlos?
I suppose I couldn't control myself.
You asshole!
What? Is that all you got?
What did you say?
That's the extent of your feelings for Akane? Huh?
Damn you!
That was a good one. Oh, I can tell you're finally getting fired up over this.
Shut the fuck up! You fucking asshole!
Carlos, are you all right?
Yeah, that was nothing. Anyway. Hey, man. What do you say to a drink?
What?
To clean the slate between us. Come on. This one'll work fine? Ah, damn it. I blame you for this, Junpei. My hands are all shaky after your brutal punches. Sorry, but could you guys help me clean this up?
What the hell?
Thanks, guys.
Sure.
Guys, it's almost time.
You're right.
Now it is time for you to sleep. When next you wake, know you will have no memory of these past 90 minutes. Pleasant dreams.
We completed it? We're bigger on the inside. What a weird scene. I'm not sure what any of that was. Was Carlos had some kind of plan to get beat up by Jumpy? What? Yeah, I don't know what any of that was, actually. You think I would, considering that we're almost at the end of this game, and, like, I would be able to figure out his actions from what happened in other timelines, but that didn't actually make any kind of sense. HP Gross saying it gets explained, but... We're bigger on the inside. Oh, we have something new. And because Carlos did all that, now we've unlocked this, and everyone's here. I guess we're doing this.
I knew it! Looks like the memories we regained are true after all.
The 3 wards were all in the same place. Then...
Carlos!
Akane, Junpei.
And Mira, and Eric.
And you're Sean, right?
Carlos, what happened?
Proof of friendship.
Anyway, what are you guys doing here?
According to the schedule, C-Team and Q-Team should both still be asleep.
We took a page out of your book and did what you did. We used the cards to keep the bracelet needle from injecting us.
So, does that mean?
Yeah, I remember everything.
I do too.
Junpei and I as well.
Over the past few hours, we got back the memories we forgot.
Well, to be more accurate, it's more like we accessed the morphogenetic field and downloaded all of them.
Then you have the other history's memories too?
Yes.
Then you're like us.
But why?
Hold up. Eric and I are different.
Yeah. We didn't gain memories from other histories.
Then neither of you got injected?
No, we're the same as Carlos and the others.
I told them. Maybe I'll start from the beginning? First, so I could run the program in the Force Quit box, I accessed the central control computer. Then, I briefly turned off the communication network. That way, I stopped the surveillance cameras from sending any data to Zero. I didn't want Zero to catch on to what we were doing.
And that's when Sean let us in on the truth of what's going on here.
We went over to the transporter room and picked up 2 cards. Before the injection, we each slipped one between our wrist and bracelet.
Okay. Now you two make sense. But what about you, Sean?
Well, you probably already know, but I'm a robot. Being injected does nothing to me.
Then,
every time the time limit approached, I was forced to go into sleep mode. Then my memories from the previous 90 minutes were deleted. I didn't want that to happen, so... You remember me saying I accessed the computer? Well, I hacked my own system too.
He said he managed to cancel the forced sleep and delete functions.
What about C-Team then?
We couldn't interrupt the surveillance cameras, so we had to be sneaky instead.
First, Carlos pushed me down and climbed on top of me.
He what?
It was just an act. I was only pretending to do it.
Carlos used that moment to whisper in my ear. He said to go to the transporter room and grab the cards in there.
But if I just let her go like that, it looks suspicious. So Junpei and I stayed behind to get Zero's undivided attention. I casually invited Junpei to the power room. You can see the results of our conversation.
You should have told me what was up.
If I had, then Zero would have figured it out. You look like you'd be a crap actor.
and after that?
We met Akane in the lounge. We hid from the cameras and each got a card from her.
Sorry, but could I get confirmation on something? Everyone knows what all happened in the other histories, right?
Even you, Mira and Eric?
Didn't Eric say so earlier? Sean told us everything.
But wait. Why?
Why what?
Why do we know about the other histories?
Well, that's probably...
You want to know?
Q? Or maybe it's actually Zero.
You are free to call me by my given name, which is Delta. There's no need to look so threatening. You were the one who named me, Diana. It doesn't matter. I shall answer your question. Carlos, Akane, Junpei, Diana, Phi, and Sigma. All 6 of you know that you are shifters, correct? Think back on your path to this very moment. Did you arrive in this history by following a normal flow of time? No, of course you didn't. You jumped in from another history using your shift abilities. And it wasn't just this once. You have been shifting back and forth many times, from one point in space-time to another. You boldly took chances, much like jumping from one tree branch to another. You have forgotten that fact, perhaps as a result of the medicine, or as one of the side effects of shifting. Regardless, your memories have been kept firmly intact within the morphogenetic field. It is simply that the 6 of you regained the memories of those times. One small trigger, and the levee preventing you from remembering collapsed. Sean is a similar case. However, his thought center is located within the quantum computer, so I suppose it's slightly different from you.
What about me and Mira?
You are both like me, in that we do not have the ability to shift.
You don't?
I have another power instead. The power to mind hack.
Mind hack?
I am able to read other people's minds. I know the thoughts and ideas that go through their heads. That's why I know exactly what Phi is trying to do right now. Step away from that device, Phi.
Then, when we blocked the injection...
I saw through your ruse.
Then why did you...
I wanted all of you to play the final decision game.
The final decision game?
I find human decisions fascinating. More specifically, the world branching that occurs as a result. I already mentioned that I am unable to shift. But after looking inside millions of minds, I learned one thing. There are people in this world with the ability to jump between histories. That shifters exist. Hence, why I know so much about these parallel worlds.
You did all this because you were curious?
When a person does something significant, it's difficult to boil the reason down to one word. Their motives are often very complex. It is the same now. To fulfill several objectives, it was necessary to trap all of you in here.
So why did you do it?
You want to know? It is so you give birth to Phi and myself, Diana.
What do you mean?
Phi and I are the children of Diana and Sigma.
Phi is...
Wait. They're children?
November 16th, 2029. Phi and I were born in this shelter. This was another history, of course. Shortly after, the atomic data that makes up our bodies was transported to April 1904. The transporter was located in a German research facility at that time. Our bodies reconstructed and regenerated in the export pods at that facility.
But that would mean you're actually...
I'm 124.
You're joking.
But Phi is...
A German researcher sent her to 2008. Records indicate that she was part of an experiment.
You're saying Phi jumped back in time from 2029 to the year 1904, and then forward again to 2008?
Technically, what was sent both times was simply the data makeup of Phi's body.
I heard that in 2008, the device was being studied in an American facility.
That's when an old couple who were researchers took me in.
We've gone off topic. But yes, that was one of the major goals. Everything that occurred here helped create Phi and myself. And when I say that, I am including all of the other histories. If I hadn't trapped the group of you here, then Phi and I would have never been born in our current forms.
Your current forms?
Sean, you should already know about epigenetics. You see, environmental factors determine which switches are activated within the genetic code. Reproductive cells are the same. Or perhaps I should say that the reproductive cells are the ones most affected.
Oh, I get it. That's why you made Diana and Sigma play the decision game.
What do you mean?
By backing them into a crisis situation, he caused an epigenetic change within their reproductive cells. I think that's why their children were born with unique powers.
Gold Star. This is the reason I have my mind-hacking abilities. Phi was affected as well. You were born a shifter. DT, do you recall what was written on your wall?
When a curious hate oozes calamity.
And rearranging the letters gives you...
No way. What you choose can materialize us.
Oh, our decisions will bring you to life.
That is why the decision games were held. So that the Phi and me, here and now, would materialize exactly the way we are.
No, but... Okay, so I get why you had to have Diana and Sigma go through life or death decisions. But the rest of us had nothing to do with...
I already told you. My motives are complex.
What? Wait, there's more?
Ah! Fuck you, you goddamn old man!
Fuck, no! It's over.
You may be right.
What?
Diana, take this. Put it in. Your bluebird, too.
It's ready.
Verified. Key items were set. Executing force quit program. 10 minutes until explosion.
What?
Oh no!
The hell? What is this?
Hey, answer me! What's with that announcement?
Must I explain? This shelter will soon explode. You've worked so hard, only to turn on this facility's self-destruct mechanism.
Sean, access the central control computer.
It's no use. Once the force quit program has been activated, there is no possible way for you to reverse it.
Then what can we do?
I will tell you two good things. First, I suggest checking behind the bar counter.
Oh.
No!
Why would you?
Gab's been...
Did you kill Gab?
Yes, with the shotgun you're holding. There wasn't much life left in him anyway.
You monster!
I never expected to hear that coming from you, Sean.
So what's the other thing? You had two things to tell us.
I have the ability to mind hack,
We already know that.
but I've not told you everything about it. Reading other people's thoughts isn't the only thing I can do with mind hacking. It only lasts a moment, but I am able to control someone's body as I wish. Like this.
Eric! Why?
No, for real, my finger just...
Mind hacking.
Understand now. This is my power. So, let's begin. Your final decision game. You have two choices. One, to stay here and wait to die. The other is... The other is...
Hey! What's the other option? What's the other option?
5 minutes until explosion.
Well, what should we do?
What about the X door?
And how exactly should we open it? Unless 6 people die, it's gonna stay closed. Or should we start killing each other now?
Mira?
I have an idea.
Which is?
We're going to shift, all of us, together.
Hey, hold on. Like jumping to another history?
But Eric and
I'm sure it will be fine. Remember what I said? Human consciousness may be a result of quantum effects in the brain.
Oh, yeah. You said if certain conditions are met, we can also.
What are the conditions?
First, you need to be exposed to danger. And the other one is
to be in the vicinity of a group of shifters.
I get it.
We'll resonate, and then Mira and Eric can.
But which history are we going to jump to?
None of the similar histories will work. One team is likely to be dead after the vote.
And we can't shift if there are no bodies for us to jump to, right?
Then we need to jump to where all of us are alive.
When we're all alive?
Do you mean...
The history where we won the coin toss.
3 minutes until explosion.
I'm not sure I get it all, but it's a good idea?
What are you saying? There's no way we could do that.
Why not?
Shift isn't simply jumping into bodies in different histories.
Our consciousnesses swap places. Ours for theirs.
We'll be forcing our other selves into these bodies, and they'll die without knowing why.
Yeah, and what's wrong with that?
What?
Well, they're all living without a care off in another history, yeah? One time, they do the coin toss once and win? Don't you think that's unfair?
Mira, you're saying they, but we're talking about ourselves here.
Well, we should consider if those people really are us.
Good point. If we assume that we here are the true versions, then the us in the other history are essentially strangers.
Even more of a reason not to.
If we shift to that history, then we're tossing the others under the bus to save ourselves.
The us in that history have done nothing wrong. I mean, the only thing they did was win at a coin toss.
You could say the same for us. The only thing we did was lose a coin toss. Even so, we've had to go through so much shit. We've been forced to put our lives on the line.
Besides, aren't the bodies in the other histories ours anyway?
Then why should we second guess ourselves?
Huh.
1 minute until explosion.
We're out of time. I'll say it again. We have 2 choices. We can stay here and wait for our deaths, or survive by sacrificing our other selves in another history.
So that's what that bastard meant. The final decision game.
Well, I mean, there's not really time for a vote, I guess. Let's see what happens if we stick around. Why not? Witness my power of of bleeding to death on the floor. My true power. It can't be beaten. Are you intimidated by my power as I die here on the floor? You can't fight it. It is powerful. Mind hacking. Now, I know, Chad, I know you're saying that I should have paused that and let you choose, but, you know, I have to apologize to you, chat. I learned something here tonight. I didn't realize it before. I didn't realize what I was doing to you. Throughout all these streams that we've ever had, ever since 999, ever since Mode, really, since, you know, I started doing streams that involved the chat voting. But as Delta explained, every time... Oh, that achievement was late. Why was that so late? Delta just explained, every time I've made you make a decision, your genitals have been altered. Your reproductive organs have been changed. With every vote. I'm sorry, I had no idea I was doing that to you. Like, if you felt funny down there every time we did one of those votes, that's what was happening. I can't believe it's all ending like this. I can't believe I've realized I've been doing such untold harm to you. Or possibly giving your children superpowers. Maybe that is the result. Maybe your children will be able to mind hack. I don't know if that is what's going to happen. But I had no idea I was doing that to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I think we're going to have to go back to that choice. If it's going to appear on here. And then I guess we will shift. I don't see it on here. Let's go back, I guess. I guess we're going to shift. I guess we're going to see what happens if we replace ourselves back at the beginning of the game who won the coin toss. Oh, it was in the lower left? It was there? Let's see. Bottom left? Oh, okay. All right. So it's not any team color. It's like a cyan representing everyone, I guess. I guess we're going to make the final decision again. We're going to jump to here. Man, there are going to be so many kids with superpowers thanks to this stream. It's going to cause problems. We're going to shift and see. Yeah, let's do it. See what happens. Let's be selfish. Okay. Let's see. All right. There's no new. But there's like the locked timelines are not here anymore. They're unlocked, but there's nothing labeled as new. Let's go to the flowchart. Here it is. We can continue on past the good ending back at the beginning. Let's jump to here.
Damn, I can't remember anything.
Me neither.
Neither can I.
It somehow feels like I made a bet with someone, but...
Someone?
What kind of bet?
Did we all forget what happened?
Hey, could I ask all of you something? Who is this kid?
Did we do it?
We're not wearing the bracelets, so I don't know the time. But
Judging by the position of the sun, it's probably noonish.
And the date?
How would I know?
Hey, Mira. Eric. Do you remember me?
Yeah.
I definitely remember you.
Then we really did.
Must have worked.
Life is unfair. Don't you think?
You bastard.
17 years ago, a snail traveled down a narrow path in the park. If that snail hadn't been there, perhaps all of you here would have lived a completely different life than you did. Just one small snail, and everyone's lives, even the world, changed.
So, what's the big deal?
Oh, would you just quit talking nonsense?
I'm so glad you were safe.
Of course we were. You all have shifted in from another history.
Whatever. We gotta call the cops.
And what exactly will that accomplish?
Isn't it obvious? We're throwing you in the slammer.
And my crime?
Murder.
Murder? I see. But I haven't killed anyone. Specifically, in this history, not a single person has died. I strongly doubt the police would listen.
But in the other histories, you...
Did you not pay attention? I don't have the ability to shift. The only reason I know anything of those histories is because I mind-hacked you. In effect, the me you know is a different person than the one before you. Can I be charged for killing someone in another history? If so, then I'd say this world would be full of criminals of all kinds.
What about conspiracy to commit?
Yeah. I'm betting this history's got a bunch of dangerous machines and gimmicks all over the shelter.
Unfortunately, I have removed them all. You've slept for quite a while. Nothing is left in the shelter. No transporter, no quantum computer. Loaded into a truck and taken away. Sean is able to move right now due to radio signals received from a satellite. What? Aren't you happy? I say again, in this history, not a single person has died. Phi and I exist, and there will never be an outbreak of Radical 6. There is only a bright future ahead for all of us. Is this not what you'd call a happy end?
But according to you, all of mankind will die if time passes and nothing is done.
Religious fanatic, a terrorist attack that sparks a nuclear war.
I heard this story. You said you released Radical 6 so that you could kill that person.
The me before you did not say that, but I can't deny it's true.
Radical 6 won't spread throughout the world in this history.
That means that fanatic guy won't die.
Wait, so now humans will go extinct?
Hey, where's that happy future you mentioned?
Interesting. Does that make you angry, Phi?
What?
If so, then we have a serious contradiction. I had prepared a future in another history where 2 billion would survive. But yet, you decided to jump to this history. That means you chose a future where humanity goes extinct, over 6 billion dead.
No, you're wrong, Delta. Nothing in the future has been determined yet. We'll shape the future with our own hands.
Huh. You said something I can get behind, Carlos.
I think so too.
I agree.
Okay, me too.
Mira.
You're right. The future has infinite possibilities.
If we work together, we can accomplish anything.
Humanity's gonna die out? Screw that.
We'll definitely change that horrible future.
What's so funny?
Just that.
What the hell do you mean?
I'm sure I told you in another history that my motives are complex. Imagine, what if none of you had experienced the events that occurred in the shelter? You're so determined now to change the future. One of the goals of all of this was to get you into that frame of mind. It's all going according to plan, without a single casualty. I created a future where mankind will be saved. Does that upset you? Are you angry that your life was played with? Very well. I will give all of you one last choice. With that gun there, you will be able to choose whether to kill me now or allow me to leave. I promise I won't use mind hacking on you. You are free to decide. Which shall it be? Pull the trigger or let me go. The fates of you, me, and mankind are all on the line. This is the decision game.
Apparently it is not the decision game. There is no decision. And I guess that is, well, there was one ending left, and I guess that's it. Unless there's something after the credits, but from what the chat is saying, I guess not. All right, so let's see. The main objective of VLR was to prevent VLR from happening, and that they succeeded in that. VLR will not happen now. But a potential worse future is going to happen, in which every human will die instead of just 6 billion. And now I guess there's a potential worse, so it could come out worse than it actually did in VLR, which was Zero's solution. But now what has happened is Zero has formed the A-Team, who is now going to travel the world having adventures and helping those who are in need in their attempt to find the religious extremist who is going to destroy the world, I guess is what's going to happen. And I think someone in the chat did mention that it turns out that the objective of Delta in this just was the same objective that Zero and Akane had in Virtue's Last Reward. In Virtue's Last Reward, the purpose of the game was to prepare Sigma and Phi to go back in time and stop the apocalypse from happening, and in this, the goal is to prepare all of these people, all 9 people, to stop an even worse apocalypse from happening. So the story is not over. I mean, that seems like kind of ill-advised, considering how this game barely happened, was barely made. Is there a confidence that there would actually be a Zero Escape 4? I don't know, but it didn't end, really. Do they know that Mira is a serial killer in this timeline? I don't remember. It's hard to say what they learned in which timeline. I don't even remember anymore. But that is interesting that the true ending of this game was indeed screw those people who won the coin toss at the beginning of the game. We're going to replace them. That was the actual true ending. We're important, and we are going to get out of here, and we're going to sacrifice them so we can leave. I still can't believe that the big twist was that there was an old man in Q-Team that was just off camera the whole time. I can't believe that was the big... That is terrible. That is terrible. So, people telling me to reload the save and that there are post-game files to read. So, yeah, we'll do that. We'll read the files. We'll see what they have. See what's going on with that. So, Rami saying, I still like 999 the most. Yes, 999 still the best game of the Zero Escape trilogy. I enjoyed all of them, but 999 is definitely the best of the 3 and is the most solid in every way. The Virtue's Last Reward and Zero Time Dilemma had significant flaws, even regardless of what they did right. 999 still definitely the strongest of the trilogy. Let's talk about Ice 9. I like how Ice 9 had absolutely nothing to do with the story of that game. These credits are going on for a while. So, I was about to ask questions about Delta and his motives, which are complex. Don't forget. For this ending to happen, for him to form the A-Team, that means that first the ending that VLR happens had to happen, because then Sigma and Phi would have been trained up in their shifting abilities in VLR, and then they would have time traveled back to here, so then they could get into this good timeline, so they could be the ones who actually survived, because they couldn't have done that if they weren't trained in VLR. And I don't know how Delta actually was able to plan out all that, and they're not gonna explain it. They're not going to explain how he was able to plan all that, because there's no way they could possibly explain how he planned all that. There's no way they could do it. All sections cleared. Every single section. Save the game. We are saving. Save data. That final one appears. All of them. All of them done. All of them. Achievement unlocked. Shifter. All right. So, how do I get to what we need to do? People were saying that they want me to look at files. Any place in... And someone did say they wanted me to load a saved game. So, anything in particular that you want me to do? Oh, open a random fragment and just open the files. Okay, open any timeline, go to a fragment, and we are going to check out some files.
Huh. I
And everyone dies in this one. Acid showers. Forgot about acid showers.
It's.
They
Are you
look
so
correct for you.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, here we go. It lets me access files here. Alright, got new files. They got a lot... What? Are you serious? Oh, I just never actually looked at all these, right? I never was here. This is not all new. So, of course, I don't know which ones are new. I guess I should look at post-payoff. Just the ones on top. Yeah, I didn't read any files. Okay. Let's read Sean, Eric, and Mira. And this is a conversation between Mira and Eric. So Mira, Eric, and Sean getting together. Sun is shining through an iron-barred window, so I guess Mira went to prison because she's a murderer? She turned herself in. They got married in jail. So Eric and Mira got married, Mira is in jail, and there you go. I forgive you for carving my heart out in another history. I mean, you haven't killed me in this history. Oh, the game music is overpowering? I can lower the volume on that. Anyway, the Heart Rippers killed people already. Mira's in prison, I guess is what we're getting out of this. Let's see. Sean's fist crashes through the plexiglass window. Then Sean creates a hole. And they're escaping. They know where the transporter is. They're going to change history to stop young Mira from committing murder. So they're breaking Mira out of prison, so they're going to go to the transporter, and then they're going to try to stop young Mira from becoming a murderer. Okay. Post-payoff, Akane and Junpei, let's see. Junpei and Akane, let's see. What are they doing? There's a letter. There's an invitation to a wedding. Let's see. It's a progress report. We wouldn't get married until we've dealt with the fanatic. So Junpei and Akane going to get married, but only after they stop the religious fanatic. They can't do it before that. Let's see. There's a history where I keep searching for you, even after I'm old and craggly. It still exists out there somewhere on the 3DS. So in this history, Junpei and Akane get together. The Tenmyoji that we know in VLR never really comes about. I mean, eventually Junpei will probably become an old man, but probably a happy old man. Probably. Let's see. Day is bright and clear. A girl in the white dress strolls along the beach. This is Carlos' sister. Yeah, that's right. Reverie syndrome. I forgot about that. I can't believe we have the ability to jump through space-time. I'm just glad you're able... Okay, hold on. I guess I have to read this bit out loud. Both you and Junpei put your lives on the line. That was a different history. By going through that means we know how to treat reverie syndrome. I can't believe we have the ability to jump through space-time. I'm just glad you're able to control it now. It's all because Carlos met Akane and Junpei that Maria was able to recover. He wishes he could show them just how well she's doing. Alright, so that's what happens to Carlos' sister. You're thinking about them right now, aren't you, Carlos? What makes you say that? Because you're smiling. Carlos closes his eyes as his unconscious smile turns fond. They're just about your age. It kind of feels like I gained a brother and another sister that I kind of tried to force. We don't talk about that, actually. You are going to their wedding, aren't you? Yeah, and you're coming with me. But there is something Carlos needs to do first, back when the three of them parted ways. I'll be waiting to hear word from you when you locate that terrorist. Carlos held his right hand out towards Akane and Junpei, and the other two grabbed onto it with their own. There was no way of knowing if Delta was telling the truth, but if he was, one fanatic would kill all of humanity. Akane and Junpei vowed to fight his person, and Carlos offered to help. He could still feel the strong bond between the three of them, their hands clasped together tightly. I suppose I better get used to talking more before the wedding, huh? Holding her hair out of her face, Maria reaches out to her brother, takes her hand in his, and they continue walking down the beach. The same blue sky above them rushes over the front to rely on. All right, so everything's happy. The other Phi, baby Phi, was indeed transported from 1904 to 2008, but a Phi also remained to 1904. Whatever happened to that Phi? Rumor is he became a brilliant scientist, worked at a research facility in the U.S. well into 100s. The facility was researching a transporter, and that's where the Phi from 1904 was sent. So I think someone in the chat did mention it. That Phi was raised by herself. You'd think they would mention that in the actual game. Latin phrase, audentem forgiven is that a phrase from Ovid roughly translates to both love and luck. Help the bold. A robot's name. A robot with a round helmet on his head is called Shand. Never called anything other than that by those in the underground shelter. You only thought he was called Q. You imagined that. Post-apocalypse. Let's see. So Diana's dying, which I guess we knew that from VLR. And that's why Sigma built Luna, a robot based on Diana. Gab letter, there we go, anagram. 17 years ago, a young mother went jogging in the park. She reached a fork where she usually goes right, but on this day, she decided to go left. Why? Because there was a snail in the path. No one knows why she avoided the snail. Why was she afraid of them or felt the sense of danger from it? Hold on. Probably a more appropriate voice. 17 years ago, a young mother went jogging in the park. She reached a fork where she usually goes right, but on this day, she decided to go left. Why? Because there was a snail on the path. No one knows why she avoided the snail. Was she afraid of them or felt a sense of danger from it? Whatever the case may be, the snail caused her to switch to the left path. As a result, she was killed by a... That's how the Hog Brothers story would go. That's exactly how the Hog Brothers story would go. A mundane action results in a horrible outcome. The suspect, who was taken into custody, a Japanese man, was not the culprit. He was falsely convicted and executed, and his wife committed suicide in her grief. The two left young children behind. The convicted man called a taxi before his arrest, but the taxi ended up picking up another fare instead, a brilliant surgeon. However, the car became involved in an accident, killing the surgeon as well as the young boy who was waiting for an operation by the surgeon. If that snail hadn't been on the right path 17 years ago, what would have happened? Life is simply unfair, don't you think, my brother? Where the air ducts go. Wards C, Q, and D being in the same space means the air ducts in the prep room and lounge don't lead to other wards. Inside is simply a small space for Gab, where he often rests on the rug. Yeah, you know, a dog needs his own little place, his own home. Yep, that's something. Monty Hall, right? We know about the Monty Hall. We know about the Monty Hall problem. I love that snail too much. This also seems like it is asking for the voice. Video game structure can't help explain. Protagonist P travels down a road until he reaches a three-way fork. You, the player, choose the left path, and P ends up abducted by terrorists and holed up in an underground cell forever. You try a second time by selecting the right path. You avoid the terrorists, but P is hit by a truck and is permanently handicapped. Getting annoyed, you sigh and go back to choose the last route straight down the middle. P comes across a man attacking a girl from an affluent family and fights him off. The girl and P fall in love, get married, and live happily ever after. By this point, the game is mostly over, but is this ending that is considered the best end? But is it really? Taking the multiverse theory into consideration, the P who choose the left path, LP, must think, why am I not the P who choose the center path, CP, and instead stuck in this cell? But if there was only one world, then LP's history disappears once P chooses the center path. Some of you may be thinking, then why isn't it just a straight road? But it is not that simple. What happens with the P who picked the right path, RP? He gets into an accident, but after extensive rehab, wins a gold medal at the Paralympics. He marries a beautiful wife, has several children, and by the time he's old, there are many grandchildren too, which he loves too much. So consider again, if the world is one single path, what about RP's life? Where did his glory go? What about his happiness with his family? If the only one who remains is CP with his rich wife, is that a true happy end? It makes you think. You know, it's probably... Oh, let's read about Free the Soul. Yep, that's what they are. Nothing more is important about them. All right. Is there anything else that I should be doing? Anything else that is appropriate? Anything else that we need to see from Zero Time Dilemma? Would you say? Free the soul sure don't matter at all. Good night. Well, I mean, at least we saw the leader. At least we saw him. Save the game here and go back to the title screen. Oh, actually, I never looked at this. Well, it sounds like this is it for Zero Time Dilemma. And it sounds like this is it for Zero Escape, just in general. This was the third game in the series. It was a game that took a long time to actually be made because, I mean, it was not just VLR did not sell, so it was not going to be made. And then eventually they can convince Spike Chunsoft to actually allow them to make this game, to fund it. They made it more, I guess they made it for more, man, my mind's blanking of words that I want to say. They made it more appealing to the Western audiences, so I guess that's why everything is all cinematic instead of a more visual novel type of format. And yeah, Alexis Royce, I made a simple choice to try 999. Look where it's led us. Yes, it's got to be around 4 years ago, I suppose. I decided to stream 999 using a modded DS, and my explanation at the time was I was interested in playing the game because of what people said about it, but it was not really the kind of game that I would enjoy, so I thought that if I streamed it, had a chat to talk to, then, maybe it would be more enjoyable. Maybe it would be more fun. And I had a good time playing that, and then, I started streaming all the time Not so much anymore now, but at the time, for some period of time, some years, I was streaming on a regular basis. And we did stream Virtue's Last Reward, even though, if you remember, those of you who have been around for a while, it was a running joke at the time that we would never stream Virtue's Last Reward, because who would do that? It's like a 45-hour visual novel. You would have to be stupid to stream that, and I proved you right. So we streamed that, and I did have a good time with that, even though it had its issues. And then finally, Zero Time Dilemma came out. I streamed that, because of course that's what we've been doing with these games. And I've had a pretty good time with this, even though I'm not a fan of the twist. It's kind of... The twist here kind of makes me think of the DS twist, in which it turns out like the top screen is Junpei, his perspective, and the bottom screen is the perspective of Akane from 9 years ago. And I thought that was clever at the time. This seems like it's trying to do something similar, where just the perspective of what you see is just off a little bit, so you never actually see Zero, who was there the whole time. And people have been mentioning, like Quakerin, that if you play the game again knowing this, you can see him, or see clues of him, around. I'm still not a fan. Dios Hat, I just don't like that Clover is not in this game. You know, where's Clover? Where's she at? She's like in a cryogenic capsule. Why is she not in this game? And I don't know. There's just, you can't do that in a mystery. You can't have the twist be something like that. There has to be a chance that the viewer, the audience, is going to be able to get the clues to figure it out. You can't just say that the culprit was someone who was just off camera the whole time. You just never noticed. You can't do it. You can't do it. No. Also, 999, I also think had the strongest story, because if that's the first one that you play, it's the first one where you experience the whole thing, where all of your attempts through the game in different timelines actually come together. When you play VLR and Zero Time Dilemma, you expect it, because you already played 999. But in 999, it's a big surprise, you know? It's a surprise, because you don't expect that that's gonna happen. So I do think that game, just by virtue of being first, has a more surprising twist, a stronger twist, because you don't know about that. Mr. Smart Guy, why did they never even mention Snake? I don't know. He was in 999. He was, like, I would think, the fan favorite character. And he was never even in VLR or this game. Why not? I don't know. There's also Lotus. Lotus never came back. So why did... And 7? I don't know. So... I like the series overall. I'm glad I played it. Even though I have some significant problems with this story. Significant problems from what we learned tonight. And it never reached the strength of 999, unfortunately. But I did enjoy playing through this whole series. Ladrago, Kyle, and VLR, we were told, is the most important person in all reality. Yes, there was that in VLR, and it was sort of hinted that he was going to be sent back to Zero Time Dilemma, but he was not here. Blamumu, the epilogue to VLR is non-canon. I'm not going to ask how that's possible for a cutscene that is in a game to be not canon to that game. I'm going to take you on your word, and I'm not going to ask how that is even possible. That something that is in the game is not canon to the game that it's in. So, I do know that the writer of Zero Escape did write other things, people mentioning Ever 17. I just figure that since we've already seen the kind of twists that this author likes to do, Ever 17 is probably going to have the same kind of thing, so how I don't know. How good would it be? I don't know. I don't know about that. I love this. So says, I love the Sigma plus Diana equals Phi. Yeah, I mean, that wasn't bad. It was kind of funny that Phi turns out to be Sigma's daughter. I kind of wish they did more with Phi's reaction to that. I kind of wish they did more with maybe Phi being completely grossed out by that. Like, when you get to the point where Phi realizes that Sigma is her father, you should get like a montage of scenes from Virtue's Last Reward where Sigma is telling Phi that he wants to see her in a bikini. You should get a montage of scenes like that. Unfortunately, I'm just thinking of something. Wasn't there like a timeline where Sigma and Phi were murdered by a hooded figure who was the size of Phi? Did they do anything with that? I don't know why that just occurred to me, but Phi was murdered by a hooded figure, so was Sigma, and I don't remember that. I don't remember that coming back. Did that lead to anything? I don't. Oh, that was Mira? All right, I'll take your word for it that it was Mira. I mean, I guess the idea that Mira is a murderer, I guess you assume that she's the murderer then. I don't know. Mira is a murderer, so anyone who was murdered by Mira. All right, I guess we'll accept that. Even though that hooded figure was the size of Phi, and Mira is a lot taller. And then Mira was the one who killed Junpei. Yeah, I mean, I guess who else would have done that? It's hard to keep track of everything, especially when I was playing it with such a long period of time. I mean, most people, I think, play this game through like 3 or 4 days, probably. Lidrago, you've been asking me to play Commander Blood for years. That sounds familiar. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is, but honestly, right now, I cannot remember much of anything right now. Honestly, the only thing that's going on in my mind right now is there was an old man off screen throughout the whole game. Like, that is the only thing that keeps popping into my mind right now, just over and over. It's just like, that's just going on in my brain for like a while now. I've been mind hacked by Zero Time Dilemma. Mind hacking. Behold my power as I bleed to death on the floor. I want to see a movie that does that. Like a movie where it's a murder mystery, and then the culprit is revealed at the end to be someone who was there the whole time, but he just never appeared on screen. He just was, like, off to the side the whole time. Tactful Ogre, do I understand his motives yet? Well, I understand that his motives were complex. Complex motives. He wanted to make the VLR future happen because that would result in less people dying. But then again, he also wanted the ending where no one died to happen. So there would still be the danger of humanity going extinct, and the A-Team would be put together to go stop this person. And then maybe Delta gets shot at the end, and then maybe he doesn't. So, That was the end. Wow. I also I also like that file that said that Fi was raised by herself. Just a file that mentions that off the cuff, by the way. Fi was her own foster mother. Just want to throw that out there. We did it. Look, hold on. We did it, and now everyone's here. Everyone's here to congratulate you that we did it. Everyone has arrived to say what a good job that we all did. It's like the end of Evangelion. Everyone's saying congratulations. Congratulations to everyone for... Everyone's applauding you right now. Congratulations for coming to the end of the Zero Escape trilogy. Such as it is. An ending that is not actually an ending, because again, just like VLR, it builds up to another game that probably will not happen. For a second time, it did that. Congratulations, everyone. This has been Zero Time Dilemma. This has been the Zero Escape trilogy. I hope you have all enjoyed experiencing it with me, and I'll see you around for who knows what else, who knows when, but this has been the Zero Escape trilogy, and I enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it. It's time to say goodnight. Have a good night, everyone. It's been Zero Escape.